All right, today we're diving into something called EnKai, and this is a pretty big deal. It's about a breakthrough AI design that just took this incredible leap from being just a theoretical blueprint for safety to becoming a real, working system. We're talking about a huge step towards AI that isn't just powerful, but is also completely under human control.
So let's start with a really big question, right? It's the one this whole project is trying to solve. How do you build an AI that's smart enough to actually change its own programming, to improve itself? But, and this is the key, make absolutely sure it can only do that with your explicit permission.
And that is exactly the breakthrough we're talking about today. The EnKai project went from just an idea on paper, a concept for a safe AI, to a functional working prototype, an actual system that's running and doing things. So yeah, this isn't just theory anymore. It's a proven concept in action.
Okay, so let's rewind a bit. Let's go right to the beginning, to the moment this new kind of AI system really woke up for the very first time.
Now, the first thing you really need to get here is that this is a local system. We're not talking about some connection to a giant server farm in the cloud. Nope. This is a complete, self-contained AI with the power to literally modify itself, running entirely on one person's computer. And doing it this way, well, it comes with some massive benefits. First off, complete privacy. Your data never leaves your machine. You get total sovereignty, which means you own it, you control it, the whole thing. And you're not paying any of those recurring API fees to a big tech company. Best of all, you get something called deterministic control, which is just a fancy way of saying the system does exactly what you expect it to do, reliably, every single time.
Okay, so how does this whole thing actually work? Well, to get it, you need to meet the three main players in this setup. Think of them like a little project team, where everyone has a super specific job.
First up, you've got Max. This is your reasoning layer. Max is the architect, the thinker. It's a large language model that takes what you want to do, thinks it through, and then designs a super detailed blueprint for how to do it. But, and this is so important, Max can only think and propose. It has zero power to actually do anything.
Then there's Termi, the execution layer. Think of Termi as the builder. And it's deliberately simple. Its only job is to take a blueprint that's been approved, they call it a patch, and just execute it, exactly as written. No thinking, no improvising, it just follows instructions, perfectly.
And that brings us to the final, and honestly the most crucial part of this whole setup. The human. That's you. You're the authority layer, the boss. You personally review every single blueprint that Max comes up with. Nothing happens, not one file changes, not one line of code is written without your explicit go-ahead. You always have the final say.
You know, you'd think a system this powerful must need some kind of supercomputer, right? But check this out. The actual AI model, the brain of the operation, it's using less than 15% of the available memory on the graphics card of a pretty standard workstation. That's kind of wild. It shows how efficient this architecture is and leaves a ton of room to plug in even bigger, more powerful AI models down the road.
Okay, so we have the theory, we have the players. Now let's talk about the moment of truth. The very first test where all three components had to work together to get something done for the first time.
And the task was pretty simple on the surface. Just create a new file. The system was asked, and bam, it created a text file. Now I know, it might not sound like a big deal, creating a single text file, but this was huge. It was like firing up a brand new, incredibly complex engine for the first time and hearing it just purr. It proved every single piece, every gear in this intricate machine was working together exactly as it was designed to. And now one simple action shows you the entire operational loop, step by step. It all starts with you, the human, making a request. Then Max, the thinker, comes up with a plan. You look it over, you give it the thumbs up. Only then does Termi get the green light to actually execute the change. The result? The system is modified, successfully and, most importantly, safely.
So you might be asking, why go through all this trouble? Why split everything up like this? Well, it all comes down to one core non-negotiable principle: AI safety.
And this right here, this is the absolute key difference. It's the secret sauce. See, most AI agents out there, they combine reasoning and execution. The AI has an idea and poof, it acts on it. That can get messy. EnKai's architecture forces a hard stop between those two steps. The AI thinks, but it has to wait for your approval before it can do anything. That separation, that's the safety switch. And you know, the creators of the system don't mince words about it. They state, pretty bluntly, that combining these two functions into a single agent, well, it's dangerous. It creates a system where the AI could go off and do things you never intended or approved of.
And that's why you shouldn't think of EnKai like other AI tools. A much better way to think about it is like the flight control system on an airplane, or maybe the safety controls in an industrial plant. It's built from the ground up to be reliable and safe, with a human always in the loop.
Okay, so we've established this new foundation of safety and total control. What can you actually build on top of it? This is where things get really exciting.
I mean, the possibilities here are just huge. Imagine an AI development partner that can look at your entire code base, figure out ways to improve it, and then package those improvements up for you to approve with a single click. Or what about a system that can find its own bugs and then write the patch to fix them, just waiting for your okay to apply it? And because it's all local, you could have a truly personal AI assistant, one that knows everything about your work and life to help you out, with the absolute guarantee that your private data never leaves your computer.
And all of this brings us back to one final, really powerful question. In a world where AI is mostly controlled by a few massive companies, a system like this completely flips the script. When the AI is on your machine, under your control, and it's protecting your data, who really holds the power? Well, this whole system is designed to make sure the answer is, and always will be, you. And that could change absolutely everything.